In the rolling hills of ancient Bethlehem, a shepherd boy tended his father's flock, unaware that the eyes of heaven had already chosen him. His name was David. And when the prophet Samuel arrived, anointing oil in hand, it was not the eldest or the strongest who was called forward, but the youngest son of Jesse. The Spirit of the Lord rushed upon him that day. A king had been chosen in secret, while another still sat on the throne. Then came the valley of Elah. The armies of Israel trembled before a Philistine giant named Goliath. 9 feet of armor and fury, daring any man to face him. For 40 days, no one stepped forward, until a shepherd boy, armed with nothing but a sling and 5 smooth stones, walked into the valley. "You come against me with sword and spear," David called out, "but I come against you in the name of the Lord." 1 stone, 1 throw. The giant fell, and Israel's enemies scattered before a boy who feared no one but God. In the king's court, David found a brother in arms. Jonathan, son of King Saul, loved him as his own soul, and the two made a covenant that no jealousy could break. But Saul's heart turned dark. Tormented by envy as the people sang David's praises, the king hurled his spear, and the Anointed One became a fugitive. For years, David fled through caves and wilderness, hunted by the very king he had once served. Yet twice he spared Saul's life, refusing to lift his hand against the Lord's anointed. When Saul fell at last on Mount Gilboa, David did not rejoice. He wept and sang a lament for the king and for Jonathan, the friend he had lost. At 30 years old, David was crowned king of Israel. He captured the fortress of Zion and made Jerusalem his capital, the city of David. He brought the Ark of the Covenant home, dancing before the Lord with all his might. Under his reign, Israel rose to its golden age. But even the greatest of kings can fall. One evening, from his rooftop, David saw Bathsheba, the wife of one of his loyal soldiers, and desire became sin, and sin became murder. The prophet Nathan came with a single story and a single, devastating verdict. "You are the man." David broke. He did not make excuses. He fell to his knees and wept. "Against you, Lord, have I sinned." And from that brokenness came the Psalms that have echoed through 3,000 years. He reigned 40 years. Warrior, poet, sinner, saint, a man after God's own heart. From his line would come kings and prophets, and one day, in a Bethlehem stable, a child called the Son of David, the Promised One, the King of Kings.